Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for popping back. If you're not popping back, then subscribe and you can pop back next time. So today we're going to be talking about all things apprenticeship. So we're going to be talking about how I find it personally, whether I think they're worth it, how much I get paid, all these kind of things. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, if you're looking to maybe go into an apprenticeship or maybe, I don't know, thinking what other options have I got for a job, watch this and I will give you the real inside scoop. You know, I'm not trying to tell any lies on here, and yeah, let's get straight on with it. Okay, so first a little bit about like me, what I do, what kind of apprenticeship I'm on, etc, etc. So obviously I'm Zach, 18. I came straight from, well, I went to college as accounting, wasn't for me, no, snooze fest. So then I thought, nah, I'm not doing it. Had a few part-time jobs here and there, but nothing super major. So I thought, apprenticeship, let's do it. And because I've been doing YouTube anyway, I kind of thought, you know, make your hobby into a job. So that's exactly what I did. So I looked for digital marketing apprenticeships. Luckily one came up in the area. So I'm doing a digital marketing level 3 apprenticeship at the moment. And I'm about, well, I started in last August. So I'm about what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about what, 8, 9 months in-ish. So I'm quite a long way in. My apprenticeship's only scheduled to last for around 12 months-ish. So I'm kind of far through now. Let's get straight on with, do I think they're worth it? Would I recommend an apprenticeship? So the short answer is yes. I really do think they are a great way to get yourself kind of on that career ladder, you know. Because obviously I know, you know, being young myself, I know how difficult it is to go from just having a part-time job in a supermarket or a retail store, or going from college to then into an actual career workplace. I know how difficult that is. And I think an apprenticeship really kind of builds that stepping stone in between for you to kind of, you know, move on to the next step. Also, obviously, one of the many benefits, but I would say one of the main benefits of an apprenticeship is you essentially get paid while you learn. Obviously, you get your experience at the same time, so you're getting work experience in the field you want to work in, you're learning, and you're getting paid for it. Now, pay is something I will talk about a little bit later on. There's definitely a few downsides, but you do ultimately get paid to learn. So would I recommend an apprenticeship? Yes. Okay, so now kind of move on to kind of, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, how long do you spend at work and how long do you spend like at college, or how long do you spend doing like college work? So for me, I mean, it's different for every apprenticeship. But I know from my experience and from a few people I know as well that also do apprenticeships and kind of base it off that. So me personally, I don't go to a college. I have like a tutor that I talk to over like Zoom and Teams. She never actually comes into the building and I never go to her. It's all done digitally. That isn't because of COVID, that's just how they do it that's just what they do. But then I know that other apprenticeships, you maybe will go into college 1 day a week, maybe you have a tutor come out 1 day a week, but it generally tends to be 1 day a week. If not, sometimes very rarely 2 days a week, but usually just the 1 day a week. You'll do like your college work and you'll have like college meetings with your tutor and etc, etc. So for that kind of balance, you will kind of be working, if you're working a 5 day week, which you usually are, you have your 1 day in college, then you work 4 days consecutively at work, you know, in the proper working environment. And yet again, obviously I can only really talk for myself, but that's what I do. Obviously I don't go to college, but I do spend 1 day a week on college work, so I guess it's essentially the same thing. So, what you can expect from an apprenticeship. So obviously this is quite difficult for me to speak on. If you're looking to go into an apprenticeship like mine, then obviously this is going to be very accurate. If you're not, it might be slightly different, because obviously all apprenticeships will be slightly different. But from what I've heard from my own experience and from what I've heard from other people, yeah, it tends to be split up into like units. So I've got 7 units, I believe. So they'll have maybe like anywhere from 10 to 20 little projects in there, and then you'll have like an end project, like assignment of each unit as well. So on top of these units, I personally also have 2 written exams, and as well as the exams, I also have like an interview almost at the end of my qualification, to almost like, I don't know, just, I don't really know what it's entirely about, because obviously I've not done it yet, but I also have an interview to kind of just assess my skills, assess what I've learned, etc, etc. So I imagine a lot of other apprenticeships are very similar. They get split into units. Sometimes you pick your units, sometimes you don't. So I personally didn't get to choose my units, but I know that a colleague of mine, which is a similar apprenticeship to me, did get to choose her units. Obviously your training provider will kind of, it will differentiate depending on what training provider you go with. Some will let you choose, some don't, some just have a standard program like what I'm on. But yes, overall that is kind of how they generally tend to be. You have a certain amount of units, just like we would at school, a certain amount of units that you have to do in that time frame. Okay guys, so let's get into the nitty gritty, the bit that I'm sure you're all here to know. So the pay. So it's no secret that apprentices don't get paid great. So I'm currently on, I think it's £4.30, 35 or something an hour. So it's just actually recently gone up, but basically if you just search it, I'm on the apprenticeship minimum wage, which a lot of apprenticeships are. I don't know many apprenticeships that aren't on the apprenticeship minimum wage. They generally all are, especially if you're under 19. Yeah, when you're under 19 you tend to just generally get paid the same minimum wage, which is, it's not great, you know. So if you are looking to go into an apprenticeship and start earning a proper wage for what, I don't know, in my instance a digital marketer would, then that's unfortunately not what the case is. But obviously you do have to think about it. Obviously you are getting paid to learn, obviously you get paid to kind of get that experience as well, which is very valuable. Personally, I would say more valuable than the qualification even is. So I would say that me having a year experience in digital marketing is far more valuable than me even having the qualification. But yeah, ultimately the pay's not great, you know. Obviously it goes up the older you get, but if you are going up straight from school or you're under 19, it is going to be the minimum wage, which isn't awful, you know. Obviously it's not great, and if you have like bills to pay and stuff, but luckily I'm fortunate enough that I don't really pay many bills, and obviously a lot of people under the age of 19 generally don't as well. Yes, I guess that was kind of just a quick overview of my apprenticeship, how much I earn, what I recommend, blah 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 blah. If you guys would like to hear about anything about my apprenticeship a bit more in detail, or maybe like a day in the life, then let me know in the comments. But I thought I'd kind of try and keep this one short and sweet and just get you all the relevant information, you know, straight away, quick format, so you're not here listening to a half-hour video of me just ramble on and on and on. But yes, if you guys did enjoy this video, then let me know down below. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever it is. Hit the bell. My social medias will be in the description if you would like to follow me. Don't have to. But yes, that's all I've got to say for you guys today. So, see you later, guys.